Hey guys, I'm here. I'm looking at this map. Is another version of the map because now we have a very big jungle, and then Tyriander, our consultant, helps me to build a new asset. Okay, I have to fix something like this tower, but now we have the new core. Okay, the new core. Tyriander, our consultant, is the designer of the new core. He gave me this asset. I optimize it to legacy. I change the rock and something to have the same effect in legacy, and then I build the new towers. Okay, the new towers in the same style. Okay. We have a chimera nails on the rock, and now the tower have every tower have one rock that give energy to the tower. Okay, and we are starting to redesigning the map with our asset. Another example at the very early stage is in the jungle. I build a lot of new rocks like that. It's very similar to League of Legends. If you remember League of Legends, okay, and if you are playing League of Legends, and this stuff can give us one chance to build a better jungle. Okay, for example, if the mid laner goes from the mid to the buff, have to make more than one choice. Okay, the mid laner can go here or at the other camp. Speaking with Ace and the other of the team, I believe that we will not add buff in this jungle, but only on the lane. Okay. And in the jungle, I believe that only minion will spawn. Okay. Let me read. I hope it will be a night time on the map. I can change time because the sky is dynamic, but the problem is always the illumination. Okay. Because it's not easy to balance the light in a map so wide. For example, in the version of the first alpha, we have all the jungle covered by a lot of trees, okay, like in Legacy, but it was too much claustrophobic and too much dark, okay, to play. Now, if, for example, you play with Serog in the jungle, you have a bright jungle, okay, a very bright jungle. It's very easy to watch everything, and it's very smooth. Today I want to Fringe and the League Baron style mob give buff to everyone for this time. Yes, yes and no. We love speaking with the team. We love the river buff. Okay, Now the position of the river buff is here instead of the harvester. There are no harvester on the jungle, and this harvester will be used as a river buff. Okay, I believe that the river buff is a better mechanics because you have to set up the lane and do the buff. If you slow push the lane, for example, you have a big advantage on for your jungle because your jungle can easy gank, but if you have a lot of minion here, the river buff is more complicated to do. Okay, we have to check. On the mid lane, there are two good positions for the river buff. Okay, here. Okay, in Legacy there was an harvester here, or from the other side, going faster here. In a raptor zone, okay, but now is not the time to select the position. The map will be changed a lot after the second alpha. Another news from the map is that the mid laner that now is hidden. Okay, if you play the mid lane, this look, thank you, but this version of the map is not beautiful, is functional. Okay, I don't build this map to be beautiful. You can see there are no grass, okay, no high resolution texture, okay, but not texture variance from the jungle to the lane. There are not heavy on the lane. Is a very basic setup, okay, but it will be very fast to change. Now, if you are here in the mid lane, you cannot see the enemy jungler go from one side to another, okay, of the map, because the mid lane is hidden. And then if one heroes respawn, you cannot see the respawn. Is very similar to it's very similar to Monolith. 210 is a long story. Is this the old version? Yes, the minimap is the old version. Absolutely. It's the old version because this map is more longer and less wider. Okay. We are still talking for the buff. We are changing. Yes, Sergeant. We are talking about the map, the buff. We can do whatever we want. And now in the stream of today, I have to set up the jungle because in our internal test we see that a lot of points in the jungle, for example, this point, are not wider enough. So my work today is to set up the jungle to have a better passage. We think that the right dimension is this dimension, and I will modify the map real time to have a better passage. Okay, so please, flower are not important. Okay, away from me. Then I have to open this part of the jungle to have better passage, because Severog need more space, and more space is our priority in this part of design. Oh wait, now it's good. Okay, any question? Oh, Monolith remake, Zylo. I don't want to remake a Monolith. I want to make a new map. And if you check at the new tower and at the new core, you can see a lot of particular. For example, when I design the tower, I use the alphas to recreate the original Paragon writing on the rock. I believe that when I have my own rocks, my own jungle entrance, and all this stuff rebuilt by our team, design by our consultant, me, and our staff, we can have our map instead of a Paragon map, okay? And I believe it will be better, I believe. The problem is that the asset of Paragon are very, very good, and if we want to use our asset, we have to be sure that the quality is not less, okay? And yes, Monolith was very good, very beautiful, but it was the map that kills Paragon, and then I can't. Bad memories, but when the Legacy was the main map, I have beautiful memories. It's not the same. I don't believe that Monolith kills Paragon, but sure was not the best solution. Have a map not symmetrical. Okay, now I have a good passage here, and I can test. Okay, now there is a good passage here. I have to fix the rock position, but in the next alpha we want big passage and big areas to fight, okay? The old map was too much claustrophobic, and the fight are not good with a map not optimized, okay? Okay. Minimal rotation, and now we have a better passage here. Okay, now if you are in the mid lane with Mr. Severg, for example, Fringe, but the problem that killed it. Yes, it was a part of the problem, Monolith. If you are here and the enemy jungler is on your side, you cannot spot it because there is that wall. And if you are going here, there are another wall to protect this buff. And then you have to choose. You have to choose if you want to check this buff, the buff in the side of the jungle, or the buff in this side, but you cannot watch all the buff very in monolith. When you enter on the right jungle, for example, you have the green buff and all the camp are here. You go up and then you can spot everything is not good. Okay. The gameplay, but my personal favorite. Zylo, I believe that the map must be functional. Okay. The question is, this is a rock. Okay. I have. I can use a lot of different rock. Okay, to build. This part of the map, but it's not important. The only part that is important in the game are the gameplay. Stop. Because Apex Legend, for example, is not a very good graphic. The textures are very low at the lower resolution. Okay, the rock texture, for example, we are a very good resolution here. Okay, Apex have not this resolution, but is the gameplay that made a game functional or not the tower design or the rock design. Okay, and we have to build a very good game, funny game, and now we have about 100 FPS. And for example, I believe Patrick, you have a lot of FPS on your PC. You have the last TI video cards of NVIDIA, and you have 300, if I remember, FPS in the jungle. Well, this is good. have a smooth gameplay, very fast action, not have a beautiful texture on the ground. Okay, yes, the texture are beautiful. You can see the bark on the ground, but if you play, is not if you are playing, is not important to watch the ground, but the map, I believe. So I'm not focused on this part. Okay, change the music because I want. Okay. Yes, Patrick, there is no minion, but we can have better FPS with the new gas system. Okay, I believe that this part is fixed. Okay, let me check with our server, because if you want to play Narbash jungler, you need a lot of space. No minion now. If you Smokey is programming the new version of minion. If you check the map, there are no minion on the camp. Okay, when you add the minion, you have less performance, because the minions require a lot of calculation. I have to review this part. This part is only to make a choice. For example, if you are in the mid lane, and you want to drop down here, you can drop down in the jungle, and you have to choose Orb Prime, Jungle Camp here, on go to the other side. Okay, is a good way to to lose time because you cannot go from the mid lane directly to this camp. You have to choose or this way or this way, but we need to balance it. Okay, all the MOBA are balanced by different choice in terms of pet, in terms of economy of the game. You need to write the economy, and then you can you can change the pet, but without a good balance you cannot do a good work. Okay, Calari is oh no, wait, Monolith was functional. No, Monolith was not functional. Monolith was Monolith. I have a Monolith map, but I have to close the engine and to reopen. But if you watch the offlane in Monolith, you have all the tower compressed. Here I have one tower, two tower, three tower. In Monolith, the tower are all all merged. I don't I don't like the Monolith setup for the offlaner. I really hate the Monolith setup. If the question is, can I rebuild this map with the same lane, with the same pet, with the same objective, with the Monolith asset? Yes, I can. And it's faster than a build a legacy map. More movement and element to process, yes. Cost more FPS, yes. We have when we have a big jungle cover, for example. This is a very small jungle cover. We have too much shadow on the ground, and every shadow are need a calculation, and it was not good. Okay, now I can move this rock, but the problem is if I drop down from the off lane. Okay, I am in the off lane. If I drop down, yes, there is space. Now there is an out space. Yes. I can walk 100, okay. Wait a moment that I have okay. I believe is big enough for now. It's probably another to depending on energy, and I hope they don't stun. You have a problem with the stun. Okay. Now the buff, the minion camp is hidden from the view. Yes, but it's is very large. I believe that we can modify it. And okay. I believe that now is better. Okay, I have to smooth, not only smooth, ramping, then smoothing, and then check if everything is okay. I can fix it later. I want to give you an idea about the map and how much is faster to modify in actual version. Okay, for example, if you go to the Orb Prime, I add this rock that, yes, the path is not wider like before, but is necessary if you because you have not to spot all the lane from here. Okay, for example, I can add something like that to remove the visibility. It's a fast setup, but if I have to remove the visibility of the other side, I can add a pillar, I can add a lot of stuff. Okay, and this is necessary because I don't like the fog of war, and I don't like the wall of fog like this wall. Okay, if you love monolith, you can change the color of this wall to be more monolith like. Okay, this is a new asset that I designed for the prime pit. The old prime pit was a lot of rock, and now I have only one rock made in ZBrush, and I have to fix the texture, to paint the texture of this other rock. Okay, if you watch, this rock is painted with the same color of Paragon rock, and I have to do the same on the other side. It's all about the bottom of the server because typing answer on the chat is really annoying. Yes, but the problem Also, you should put level design to the map. Yes, yes. I do the setup in two-dimension for the mid lane, for example, to calculate the right rotation. Okay, but the solution was to bend the lane here and to bend the lane here, and now if you are falling down on the mid lane, you have this passage hidden. Okay, a lot of work only to hide this passage. If you remember the first alpha, we have the jump pad to go from one side to another, but is a way, it was very bad because there are a lot of space wasted. Okay, and here, because we have the stairs to go up, and then it was not faster. Okay, why does work like a cock? I think the map could use more grass and brushes. Yes, but not at this stage. I told you, if I want to add, for example, foliage, it's very easy. I can add foliage on the map, but not now. We are testing functionality. If I spend a lot of time to paint the grass, or I use, for example, grass layer or a volume, okay, to spawn the grass, and then Smokey or Ace or Patrick or anyone in the team speak with me and please, Fringe, remove this rock because we don't need it, for example. I have to delete all the foliage. Is not the time to add beauty in the map. Then Smokey have a problem of collision. For example, if you are watching gadget floating, is because of this collision. Okay, when Epic Game exported the Paragon asset, they don't give us the collision for the stairs. Okay, I want to pick the Murdoch character, for example, and then if I have a collision by myself, I have no problem to go up and down. If I delete collision, watch the difference. The camera have a bad effect with the standard collision. It's the same here. If I use a standard collision, I have a very bad effect when I go up and down, so I'm building, this is the first stage, new collision mesh to have a good effect when you go up and down, but I have to fix it. Okay, can you make me moderator? Patrick, moderator? You are not a good moderator, Patrick. You can ban everyone in in my chat. I have to set up my chat. I can do it another day, I believe. Okay, and now the next I buy a new Reason processor, and then the next week I will have the new setup, and I can start to use a webcam and to build the light. Okay, let me go with you in your map. I can use Murdoch. Wait. Patrick Pony, you are moderator. Okay, if you remember the old legacy, the spam point was there and not in the lower side of the map. Now new tower. There are a lot of setup to do here about the landscape, about the texturing. For example, here I have to paint a new layer like a grass tree, for example. Okay. And then I can have a better merging between the landscape and the fixed asset. But shader compile, and I hate shader compile, and it's the reason because I buy a new Reason processor because I need to be faster. In Legacy there are a lot of green in the map. If you check the Haze video about Legacy, it was very green. And then the question is when I am in the off lane, there will be a buff here or not, or the buff will be here at the orb prime in this part, buff here instead of harvester, and the orb prime in the other side. Ace, we need your work to answer to this question. Yes, now the jungle is wide enough, is not more claustrophobic. It's very wide. I have to fix something here. Okay, but it's good. There is a drop down. The rock are at a very good level of detail. Okay, map design. Thank you, the last cookie. But my objective and the objective of all the team is that the map is not only good to watch but good to play. Okay, I can add more space here. Oh, this is the red side. I have not explored it. Okay, the red side. There is not a red buff here because I use the flower only to give you the direction. If you are at the red side, you have the your ADC on your left, okay, and then if you have the blue side on your left, you have the offlaner in the side of the map. Now you, if you enter in the jungle, okay, you have one camp here, and this camp is hidden from the carry lane, okay, or you have another camp here. I believe that this camp need a big revision because you can spot the camp from this point and I don't want that. I believe that I can change the position of this wall to limit the visibility, and by changing the position of that rock. Okay. Okay, now I believe that now is better. If you want, I have no problem to speak about the core map by technical side, okay, of the problem. The problem that I saw in the video metabuff is the asset of the ground because is an asset on the real marketplace, okay, and if you check the performance, you have only 30 or 40 FPS when you have a large number of polygons on the map, without minion, without jungler camp, without orb prime, without 10 heroes that are fighting on the map. So if you check my landscape, the landscape material is built by myself. I build all the blueprint is is spaghetti code. I have to organize it better, but I build all this material by myself, and all the tests that I made are to have the best performance. For example, I have tessellation. If you look at the rocks, I have tessellation, okay? But it's very hard to have tessellation and better performance. And my optimization was to have a good balance between the detail and the performance. And if you buy an asset on the marketplace, it's very hard that you have a good performance because the asset on the marketplace is very generic, is for FPS, for example, but a MOBA require another kind of optimization. Okay. Let me check the... No, it's not a normal map, it's a heat map. Normal map is not good. The tessellation. The normal map had the illusion of have the illusion of the heat, but to have this effect, okay, you have the heat you have to use the heat map. Okay, I fixed this part of the jungle. Is a very quick fix, but it was necessary because you cannot enter in the jungle and see everywhere. If you want to relax yourself at the start of the game, you can watch the bird in the sky, for example. Okay, you enter in the jungle, this camp is hidden, and now the other camp is hidden. I can hide this camp too. Wait a moment. Okay. If you come from here, the camp is hidden. What the fuck? What the Okay, better. But if you come from here, yes, I believe it's hidden enough. If I add, I can add something here, but I believe it's good. Okay, now I have to add the space here. If you enter in the jungle, you cannot spot that camp. If you enter from here, you can spot this one. One solution is to rotate the camp, then I have to open this side. It's only a problem of space. Let me check. Okay. Yes, I have a lot of space here to do this job. Okay. My priority is always to hide the jungler. If the jungler is good, you can start the buff here and then go there, do the buff the minion camp or whatever he wants, and be hidden from the mid lane, okay? And I believe that now it works. The soundtrack that you are listening is made by me about 10 years ago, yes. Okay. Here I have a small problem. Yes, old asset. We have to delete it. Okay. Okay, I have to work a lot here. Okay. I have to do this setup very faster only to give you an idea of our work. We have a lot of work to do to go in the next alpha stage, but we are a clear idea about what we want. Okay, we want more space in the jungle. Okay, this is the passage from the jungle to the mid lane. This is the drop down. If you drop down, you have a big space to fight. You have a big space here. Here. There are space everywhere now. Okay. And I believe that we can have a better fight in a better map. One last watch the red tower. Okay, yes, I have to redesign the waterfall of energy because we have to have the same effect of the tower. Okay, and then the red core. Yes, but the color is very easy to change. It's parametric. Is very easy. I can materials color, for example. I have a different color, and then I can change the color here. Okay, so going to our core there, edit it. I have to check that we have the same material. No, this is the debris. Okay, this is the core. Okay, and then if I wanted to change their color to red, I can change the color to red, to green. But we have to find the best color. You have to apply it. And then we have to change all the color of all the material, of the rock, of the light, because there is a point light here. We have to make that green, and then we can change the color. As I said, is very easy. Is the same for the towers. I use ZBrush and Surface Painter to do that. The rock, the quality of the texture is 4K. Okay, I believe I have to check, but the texture resolution are, yes, if you want, you can see the level of detail is very, very high. The question is the performance. Okay, I have to fix in Surface Painter a lot of particular about this rock, but please open the monolith video from V39 to V42 and check the tower. You can easily compare the two towers, and I believe that is a good way to start. Then the rock of the core is the same rock that you can find here, and here is the same texture. Yes, for key texture, because we have to test it not only at the lower resolution. Okay, I believe that with the new video card, all the player will play in 2 key or 4 key, and if you select a better resolution, you need a better texture. A lot of texture in Paragon are 4 key, and if I have to design a new asset, it's better to start with the max resolution. Okay, I don't know the resolution of this texture yet. If you see imported, displayed, there are 2 resolutions, but there are a lot of material merged in this rock, a lot of parent of material, and now we have a 2 key, for example, and yes, there are a lot of overlay in Paragon texture, but it's a good way to start. The load of the texture, I can add it later. Okay, and For the tower, yes, I believe we have 4 levels of detail, but not for different resolution, but to different state. For example, this is the tower at the full life. If you have a damaged tower, I want to change the texture to have a damage displayed on the rock, and then if the tower is near to explode, I want to visualize the damage, the smoke, and a lot of particular to have a better effect, and like in Monolith, the Monolith tower are different level of detail and different way to display it from full life to zero life. Okay. The console version. Yes, the console version. Let us finish the version for PC, then we can we can concentrate ourselves to other opportunity on the market. Looks amazing. Will you be able to show us your favorite asset of this? My favorite asset is not used here. A lot of days ago I built I don't know, is trunked. No, okay. I built a new tower only to test, okay? And wait, yes, because the asset, for example, the Orb Prime is very ugly without the texture, but wait. No, I have not this asset here. In the next stream I can import more asset and we can look together. For example, I made a lot of crazy asset. I will not use it in the map, but are only to have a background, okay? I love to make giant structure like in Apex Legends, for example. Are not good for Paragon, but I love to have structure made by rock in the background. It's not functional, it's only to have a beautiful effect. And I love it, but it's not necessary now. Then here in Italy are this is the time, and I have to go. I believe you understand my objective and the objective of the team in this map. And for this game, the main objective is to have a functional game, a better combat experience in the jungle and in the lane, and to have a good level of detail, but first of all, a good number of FPS. Okay, because if you launch a skill with the gadget, for example, you have a beautiful Tesla Dome with 20 FPS. Yes, it's not good. It's not playable, and is not amazing. Probably you uninstall the game after 2 or 3 games. If you have a good level of performance, a good map to have a big fight, a lot of space to run and to combat, I believe that you have your game. Another point, if you remember the first alpha, from the mid lane you have a lot of calculation. Now I use this rock to hide a big part of the map, all the off-lane sides, and now without the core spotted, without all the mid lane spotted, the off lane spotted, we have a good level of performance. Okay. So thank you for the following, and see you soon